Good morning, everyone. My name is Lisa Jones. I'm the Fire Marshal for the City of Spokane, and I want to welcome you and thank you for joining us as we remind the community about the fireworks ban in the Spokane area. Joining me today are various representatives in the local area who were impacted by fireworks. We have with us today members from the Spokane Fire Department, Spokane Valley Fire Department, Spokane Police Department, Washington State Patrol, Department of Natural Resources, 911 and Crime Check, Spokane County Regional Animal Protection Service, also known as SCRAPS, Delta Animals, Sacred Heart Children's Hospital, Safe Kids, and the cop shops. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview about the fireworks ban, and then we'll move forward with each representatives from each agency to go forth, and then we'll have some time to answer some questions. You may not know, but this is the 20th year of the ban, full fireworks ban in the Spokane area. Dramatic reductions in fireworks-caused fires plummeted from an average of 104 per year down to just 5. The average incidence of injuries as a result of fireworks-caused incidents fell from 29 per year down to 5 that were treated in area hospitals. These numbers only include the 9-day time frame between June 28th and July 6th each year. A fire department response on fireworks-caused incidents, whether they're medical calls or wildland fires or structural fires, range from the lowest being $300 up to thousands of dollars. The time it takes for us to respond to an incident, you could be tying up resources from anywhere from a few hours to days. If we get a good wildland fire, it gets into the duff, it can burn for days with fire crews responding several times to make sure that it's out. So there's a tremendous impact on the community and our resources. Using these averages, we can celebrate some significant saves that are related to the fireworks ban in our community. With the average number of fireworks fires dropping from 104 to 5, we've had 1,881 fewer fires just in the City of Spokane limits alone. With the average number of fireworks injuries dropping from 29 to 5, we can estimate that we've had 456 fewer people treated for burns, lacerations, or amputations in Spokane area hospitals over the past 19 years as a result of the fireworks ban. Prior to the Spokane ban, 911 calls had to be stacked because the number of fireworks-caused fire calls that Spokane area firefighters were responding to was overwhelming the 911 system. This was an important reason for creating the fireworks ban. The community did not want to live in fear of stray fireworks burning their homes, and they also didn't want to live in an area where medical emergency 911 calls would end up with someone having to be put on hold. Predictably, we know there will be about 8,000 fireworks-caused injuries treated in emergency rooms across the country this year. Last year in Washington State alone, there were 212 reported injuries. These were just the injuries that were reported, not all the ones that occurred across the state. None of these occurred in Spokane, the second largest city in the state, or in Spokane County. There were 5 people treated in area hospitals, but they were outside of the banned areas. Safe and sane fireworks are neither safe nor sane. In Washington State last year, 36% of the injuries were caused by so-said safe and sane devices. Did you know that sparklers can burn at between 1,200 and 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit? They typically account for as much as 25% of these injuries, and worse, people sometimes use these to create improvised explosive devices. There were 11 reported fire injury incidents caused by sparkler bombs in Washington State alone last year. It's easy to remember, it's a full fireworks ban. If you have to light it, it's illegal. Poppets and cappets are okay, but other than that, all fireworks are illegal in the Spokane area. The fines in Spokane City start at $513 per incident, and you could be required to pay full cost of reimbursement for fire response if your fireworks-caused incident relates in property damage. We want to thank everybody who's honored the ban over the past 19 years. Fewer fires, fewer injuries, fewer frightened and frustrated neighbors and frantic pets. And we want to invite everybody, along with enjoying Hoop Fest, to come down to Riverfront Park or other public outdoor fireworks displays and enjoy them. The Riverfront Park fireworks display begins at 10 p.m. at night. There's additional public fireworks shows scheduled for Liberty Lake and Coeur d'Alene. Now if I could have a few of our representatives come up and say a few words. We have from 911 Crime Check Dispatching, David Alfeld.
I'm David Offeld. I'm the supervisor for the 911 Center here in Spokane County. And just to say a few brief words about the impact that the 4th of July will have on our agency. In the past years, we've always noted an increase in call volume on or about the 4th of July. In 2011, of course, we noticed a significant increase as well. Normally the hours that are affected most for 911 and crime check are the hours between 9 o'clock at night on July the 4th and approximately about 2 o'clock in the morning on July the 5th. Last year, during those particular hours, we fielded 568 calls into the 911 center. Of those 568 calls, 262 were for fireworks. Our normal call volume at that time on any other given day is around 186 calls. So you can see that we probably experienced almost a 300% increase in the call volume between 9 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the morning between July 4th and July 5th. That increase in call volume seriously impacts our ability to provide a quality service to the people in Spokane. However, if you do experience fireworks in your area and you need to report them, we'd ask that you report them to Crime Check. That's 456-2233. When you call, you can be expected to that the call receivers will ask you for your name and a contact phone number when you make that report. We would ask that you call Crime Check and not 911 and reserve 911 for life-threatening emergencies only. If there's anything else we can do to help you with that, or if you have other reports you'd like to make at that time, please feel free to continue to call us at Crime Check. Once again, that's 456-2233.
Thank you, David. If we could have Guy Gifford from Department of Natural Resources.
Hello, I'm Guy Gifford, Department of Natural Resources, the Region Fire Prevention Forester for the Northeast Region. We like to remind people is in all 4 settings, whether it's on private land, state parks, fish and wildlife, fireworks have always been prohibited. And we have extra people out during the holidays making sure people are in compliance with these laws. And people may receive citations. Also, if we find wildfires that are started by fireworks, we will seek cost recovery. And that's for paying the suppression cost of the wildfire. And landowners who start wildfires by fireworks will also have to pay damage to the property they damage with the wildfire. And these costs can be anywhere from $1,000 to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Wildfires caused by fireworks do significant damage every year. And we like to remind people that in a forest setting, fireworks have always been prohibited in all forest settings, and to remember not use fireworks in a forest setting.
Thank you, Guy. From the Spokane Valley Fire Department, Bill Clifford.
Hi, I'm Bill Clifford, Assistant Fire Marshal, Spokane Valley Fire Department. We will have a presence out in our area, which covers areas of Spokane County, City of Spokane Valley, Liberty Lake, and Millwood. And we'll be patrolling those areas looking for illegal fireworks out in that area also. We just ask the citizens to enjoy the events that are going to be held out there with the fireworks shows and just refrain from lighting off the fireworks and have a good time and a safe time.
Thank you, Bill. From Spokane County Regional Animal Protection Service, also known as SCRAPS, we have Nicole Montano.
Good morning. My name is Nicole Montano. I'm with SCRAPS. We would like the public to be aware that usually July 5th is our busiest day of the year. Fireworks and thunderstorms terrify dogs. We're asking the public to make sure that their dogs are locked securely in their house and that there's no way for them to get out. We also ask that you have current identification on your animals, such as a current pet license or an owner tag with a phone number and an address. Another way to help keep pets calm during fireworks are to keep the room quiet, the lights dim low, and play some soft music.
Thank you, Nicole. From Delta Animals, Laurie Bryant and Zena.
Hi, I'm Laurie Bryant. I'm representing the Delta Society. I personally experience my dogs have a lot of issues with the fireworks each year. Usually I stay home to just keep my dogs calm. So I'd appreciate it, if you guys take care of your dogs and not light off the fireworks to scare the animals. Thank you.
Thanks, Laurie. From Sacred Heart Children's Hospital, Nettie Wells.
Hi, I'm I'm Nettie Wells. I'm a child life specialist at Sacred Heart Children's Hospital, and we have now acquired the Safe Kids program in Spokane. And I want you to know that about 39% of the injuries that happen from fireworks are on kids 15 and under. So think outside the box. Don't use fireworks. Put some glow sticks out there and do some different things. Make glow-in-the-dark bubbles. There's all sorts of ideas you can do, but be safe and no fireworks at home.
Glow-in-the-dark bubbles. I like that. From the cop shops, Christie Hamilton.
Good morning, I'm Christie Hamilton with Spokane Cops. As we enter one of the busiest weeks of the year in Spokane with Hoop Fest and the following 4th of July holiday, I want to encourage people to be aware of their personal safety as well as their property safety. Keep those things in mind as people are out and about. If you have any questions, please call your local cop shop, and always remember to call Crime Check at 456-2233 should you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Christy. From the Spokane Fire Department, Jan Dougherty.
Hi, I'd like to mention the fact that a few years ago when Crime Check was not available, Spokane Fire Department and persons who were helping us, partner agencies, fielded a lot of calls during the fireworks season. What we have realized over the years that yes, there were fires, there were excessive calls that impacted 911 greatly, and many, many injuries. But in addition to that, as many people know, there's a nuisance factor. And there are many people in the community that are, in addition to the animals in our community, but people as well, who are very distressed during the 4th of July season, particularly elderly, persons who are recently back from the hospital, are sickly, people who are trying to get their sleep at night because of their work hours, young families, people up with babies, they just get the baby to sleep and somebody pops something off in the neighborhood. So there is sort of a good neighbor aspect to the whole fireworks ban in Spokane. Many people have noticed a dramatic decrease over the years in the number of fireworks that are going off, but there are still some who have felt that they could go ahead and set them off despite the ordinance and despite the neighbors. So we really appreciate those who have taken the higher road, and we ask everyone else to as well. In addition, there are people who have returned to our community who have been in the armed services, or people who are suffering from PTSD. And so with that, one of our partner agencies, Spokane Community Mental Health, has offered their first call for help number for people who may be distressed because of fireworks to give a call to, and that number is 838-4428. So thank you.
Thank you, Jan. You can also contact for more information the Washington State Patrol Office, the Fire Protection State Fire Marshal's Office at www.wsp.wa.gov under Fire Documents. Just real quickly, we also want to remember to thank our partners, Spokane Public Schools. They are putting the fire safe message as far as fireworks being illegal in every neighborhood and on their reader boards, so want to make sure and thank them. And we've got a few advertisement billboards here that we've put throughout the community just to serve as a reminder to folks. One's right up on Market and Liberty if you want to go take a look at that. Like I said, the statistics are pretty dramatic. The drop from the number of fires 10 years before the ban on average versus after the ban, it's pretty substantial. The number of fireworks related injuries, substantial drop. Pretty difficult to argue with this. The cost to the community alone just for somebody's entertainment and fun, really isn't worth it if you think about calling out the fire rigs and the nuisance to the neighborhood, the mess, the air pollution and so on. It really ends up having a greater cost to the community as a whole than people realize, let alone people losing fingers or having permanent hearing damage or permanent eye injury. You really have to stop and ask whether it's worth it or not. So somebody's prank, throwing a firecracker behind you to scare you, could result in permanent hearing damage, and that's not really funny. So anyway, we're going to open it up if you have any questions.
Yeah, I just had a question about the enforcing the fines. I was curious how often you've had to do that in years past, perhaps last year. I don't know if you have any numbers of how many tickets you had to write or how many people you had to catch, or if you caught anybody doing last year.
Go
Annually, we probably write just under 20 tickets at $513 per incident. If we come back, we can write another ticket. And again, like I said, the fire response can be charged also for reimbursement. But about 20. We have pretty good compliance around the city. Like I said, this is the 20th year. So most folks that are from here, have lived here, they know the ban that's been in place for quite a while. I think there's some confusion at times, maybe some people thinking that certain kinds of fireworks might be legal, fireworks or bottle rockets or sparklers, but it's pretty clear nothing is legal in the city of Spokane. It's a full fireworks ban from sparklers on up to all the other devices as well. So.
Okay. And then I just was curious from Sacred Heart, did you see many serious injuries with fireworks last year, like fingers and
yeah, you can, both of you. Yeah, come.
It seems like every year we get somebody that's got an injury with a firecracker going off in their hand accidentally. So there's really no safe fireworks out there.
We gathered the data and have gathered it since 1983 for the hospitals in our area and also for the urgent care centers. Last year there were 5 injuries that were treated in Spokane hospitals. 4 of those involved an amputation, 1 including a whole right hand.
Okay. That's all the questions I have.
Jane, do you have any questions?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Enjoy a safe 4th of July holiday.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you for coming.